sort of halfway through the chapter.
Oh, yeah, found it.
Found it?
Yeah. Sorry.
So let's start, Prabhu.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Hare Krishna. My dear Lord, it is known to us that you are so kind and liberal, and that when a person leaves everything just to engage in Krishna consciousness, you sometimes give yourself in exchange for that unalloyed service. You have appeared in the Yadu dynasty to fulfill your mission of reclaiming all conditional souls, rotting in the sinful activities of material existence. And this appearance is already famous all over the world. My dear, mercy, love, and affection. Your transcendental form is full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. You can attract everyone's heart by your beautiful form as Shyam Sundar, Krishna. Your knowledge is unlimited. And to teach all people how to execute devotional service, sent your incarnation, Narayan, who is engaged in severe austerities and penances at Badrinarayan. Kindly, therefore, accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. My dear Lord, I beg to request you and your companions, the great sages and brahmanas, to remain at my place for at least a few days, so that this family of the famous King Nimi may be sanctified by the dust of your lotus feet. Lord Krishna could not refuse the request of his devotee, and thus remained there for a few days with the sages to sanctify the unity of Mithila and all its citizens.
Wow, very long there, very long. Go ahead, Archana.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Meanwhile, the Brahmana Sritadeva, simultaneously receiving Lord Krishna and his associate at his home, was transcendently overwhelmed with joy. After offering his guests nice sitting places, the Brahmana began to dance, waving around his rep. So Sritadeva, being not at all rich, offered only mattresses, wooden planks, straw carpets, and so on. This distinguished guest, Lord Krishna and the sages, but he welcomed them to the best of his ability. He spoke very highly of Lord and the sages, and he and his wife washed the feet of each one of them. After this, he took the water and sprinkled it over the members of his family, and although the Brahmana appeared very poor, he was at that time most fortunate. While Sritadeva was welcomed Lord Krishna and his associates, he simply forgot himself in transcendental joy. After welcoming the Lord and his companions, according to his ability, he bought fruits, incense, scented water, scented clay, tulsi leaves, kusha straw, and lotus flower. They were not costly items and could be secured very easily, but because they were offered with devotional love, Lord Krishna and his associates accepted them gladly. The Brahmana's wife cooked simple food like rice and dal, and Krishna and his followers were very pleased to accept them because they were offered in devotional love. When Lord Krishna and his associates were fed in this way, the Brahmana Sritadeva was thinking thus: I have fallen into the deep dark well of householder life, and am the most unfortunate person. How has it become possible that Lord Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his associates, the great sages, whose very presence make a place as sanctified as a pilgrimage site, have agreed to come to my place? While the Brahmana was thinking in this way, the guests finished their lunch and sat back very comfortably. At that time, the Brahmana Sritadeva and his wife, children, and other relatives appeared there to render service to distinguished guests. While touching the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, the Brahmana began to speak.
Oh, wow. Sutadev is having a totally ecstatic time at home realizing that he's even transcended the fortune of rishis and renounced rishis in the forest. Carry on, Gemma.
My dear Lord, he said, you are the supreme person, Purushotama, transcendentally situated beyond the manifested and unmanifested material creation. The activities of this material world and of the conditioned souls have nothing to do with your position. We can appreciate that not only today have you given me your audience, but you are associating with all the living entities as Paramatma since the beginning of creation. This
Okay.
statement of some
Carry on.
This statement by the Brahmana is very instructive. It is a fact that the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, in his Paramatma feature, enters the creation of this material world as Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and in a very friendly attitude, the Lord sits along with the conditioned soul in the body. Therefore, every living entity has the Lord with him from the very beginning, but due to his mistaken consciousness of life, the living entity cannot understand this. When his consciousness, however, is changed into Krishna consciousness, he can immediately understand how Krishna is trying to assist the conditioned souls to get out of their material entanglement.
Right, let's welcome
So-
Smita Ben from the great Amersham and Chesham Bois.
Hare Krishna, sorry I'm a bit late.
That's okay, it's fine. So, as it's explained here, Krishna consciousness is ecstatic. Krishna consciousness itself is ecstatic. There's different types of, when we say Krishna consciousness, what does Krishna consciousness mean to you, Archana, when we say Krishna consciousness?
My understanding, everything we do for Krishna and keep the Krishna in front line for priority.
Right, your understanding in a verbal form of action for Krishna. All right, so you're understanding Krishna consciousness in the form of karma yoga, working for Krishna, acting for Krishna. What's your understanding when we say Krishna consciousness? What do you think, Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu?
My understanding is that obviously you put Krishna in the center of whatever you do, but you recognize that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's also the super soul residing in each and every one's heart as well.
That's very nice. And Gemma? When we say Krishna consciousness, what comes to mind for you?
To try and think about Krishna.
To remember Krishna,
Yeah.
Vishnu Smaranam. What about Smita? When we say Krishna consciousness, Smita, how does that strike you?
I was going to say to think about Krishna all the time, to put him in the center, like Jayaprakash Prabhu said.
So at the end of the chapter here, it says, when his consciousness, however, is changed into Krishna consciousness, he can immediately understand how Krishna is trying to assist the conditioned soul. So you're all right. These are all correct. And my understanding of Krishna consciousness is also that every thought I have, everything that's coming into my mind is either being permitted by Krishna or being blocked by Krishna. Sometimes we forget something. Has anybody recently forgotten something?
All the time.
Oh, congratulations. You win the cup. You win the FA Cup, forgetting always cup. How about Archana? Have you forgotten something recently?
I do, but I can't remember right now. I forget everything. Lots of time. I can't remember. Yeah.
How about Jai Shri Krishna?
I don't know, it's a difficult one to think about. I mean, your material stuff, yeah, you tend to forget this on a regular basis of what you need to do or what you should be doing. And on the spiritual side, I suppose you forget, to maintain the reading aspect of it. I plan that I should be reading at least so many pages a day, and that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you read more, sometimes less, sometimes nothing at all. It's just,
Yeah.
your material life takes over, and sometimes you put things that you like doing in the back burner. So, but yeah.
Yeah, in the temple, I can say as an ashram trained person, I can remember in the temple, I'd always have a book with me. It would be usually a small Gita or Ishopanishad or something I was reading. And whenever I was didn't have anything to do, I'd be either walking reading or sitting down reading. So our habit was to read a lot, a hell of a lot in the ashram. And it was encouraged that we had to read a minimum. This is like the bare minimum, 1 hour a day. That was the bare minimum. That was like anything below that was subhuman. You was an animal. Archana, are you reading every day? So the point is that that was a standard at that time. And we would have signs on the walls in the ashram, no prajalpa. Who can tell me what that means? No prajalpa. That was the first thing I noticed the first night I stayed in the temple. I was looking at the wall. I looked at the wall from my sleeping bag, and it's a sign said no prajalpa. I hadn't got a clue what it meant.
Hi Krishna, everyone.
Krishna, welcome. So, what does no prajalpa mean? Anybody know?
Which one, sorry?
No prajalpa. There's different types of jalpa. There's pratijalpa.
What does jalpa means? I don't know.
Jalpa. It means talks.
Or does it mean silent?
It means no.
In
It
that
doesn't
case,
mean
no talking.
It doesn't mean no talking. No talking at all. That's not our program. Our program is to talk a lot.
Only
But
about Krishna, though.
yes, and what does no prajalpa mean? Who can guess it? Come on. Come on, Gemma. Come on, Coronation Street is only just down the road from you. No prajalpa. No gossiping. No speculating. No rumor mongering. Oh, did you hear? You know the rumor mongering? No talks outside of things connected to Krishna. That was the standard in the temple. So because the tendency is that we we'll focus on Krishna, then the mind, what does the mind tend to do? Oh, I've had enough now of Krishna. That's enough, I've given Krishna a couple of hours there. Let's do something else. So this is the nature. This is the nature. So in association of devotees, it's easy to overcome this. Therefore, Govinda Das Thakur sang a beautiful bhajan, Bhaja Hore Mana, Sri Nandanandana, Abhay Charanarvindare, Dulabha Manava, Janama Satsange, Tarohoe Bhava Sindhure. Tarohoe Bhava Sindhu. One can cross over the ocean of this material, dangerous material world, where one can lose their body at any moment. We can lose our body. Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. Any moment we can leave our body in an accident, out of disease, like when COVID came. How many people died from that COVID virus? Suddenly, so many devotees passed away as well. And then there's old age. How many other ways can we die? Ritu?
Old age, suicide.
Suicide, Atmaha. Suicide is a very high percentage of deaths take place by suicide in the world. It's equal in heart. I was hearing about this recently. Statistically, it's equaling heart disease. That the suicide rate is very high, especially people in dark countries where like Norway, Sweden, Scandinavia, the north of England, Scotland, Scotland especially, Iceland, cold northern countries, you know, where the sun is, you get about 6 hours of sun in a day and the rest of the day is dark. It becomes depressing. Who gets depressed in winter?
Yeah, I do.
Definitely.
Who likes a beautiful sunny day like we've had today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because the sun represents Krishna. When we see the sun, we don't realize it, but we're seeing Krishna. This is Bhagavad Gita. When we see the sun, we're seeing a spark of the Brahma Jyoti. Haribol! Jaya Brahma Jyoti, Jaya Brahma Jyoti. But the Brahma Jyoti is very close to Krishna. But if we enter into it, we become very far from Krishna. But the sun represents that Brahma Jyoti, that beautiful light, that warmth. Who likes the warmth of the sun on their skin? Who likes to feel that warm, soothing, lovely, kind of a caressing warmth that gives you vitamin D?
If it's not too hot, then it's fine.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about who likes to roast. Who likes a good roasting? No, I'm not talking about roasting. I'm not talking about being down in Bhopal in May, June. Get me out of here. I'm in the oven. Yes, it don't be like the sun is a very, remember, what does Krishna say in the 7th chapter? Rasoham apsu konteya. Please repeat. Rasoham.
Vasoham.
Rasoham.
Vasoham.
Apsu konteya.
Apsu.
I am the taste. I'm the rasa in apsu. Apsa is water. I am the taste in water, Arjuna. Prabhashmi.
Bhashmi.
Shashi.
Sashi,
Surayoho.
Suraya.
Surayoho. I am the light. I'm the Prabha. Prabhashmi. I am the light of the sun and the moon. So when we see the sun, we don't realize it. We're seeing Krishna. But we're not Krishna conscious. So when you're Krishna conscious, every little thing, the cloud, the trees, when you're Krishna conscious, everything reminds you of Krishna at every second. Who would like to be in Krishna consciousness?
Yeah.
Every thought. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, Krishna. I remembered that. Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 15:15. Let's ask Ritu to recite Bhagavad Gita 15:15 from Purushottam Yoga. We were
no,
doing it
we
the other
haven't.
day. Who knows 15:15?
Well-
Famous verse. We haven't, she
What
hasn't learned this with the Shloka group yet, but we were doing it. Smita, do you know 15:15?
No, I don't have a book near me to even
What?
look it up.
Oh, Archana's got it.
I just found it. The Sarvasya Chaham Rudi Sannivisto Mata Smritignam Namapohanam Cha Vedesta Sarve Rahamevu Vedo Vedanta Krude Jovidevacha.
I am seated.
I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas.
Yeah, Krishna, he compiles the Vedas in the form of, who compiled the Vedas, the 4 Vedas?
Rishis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I know.
who put them into writing for us?
Well, Vyasadeva.
Vyasadeva. Yeah, Krishna Dvaipayana. So Krishna Dvaipayana, his name is, he was empowered by the Lord as a Shakti Avesh avatar to write down the Vedas, beginning with the Atharva Veda. And
Sorry to interrupt. So the Vedas are just 5,000 years old then?
no, they're written down.
Okay.
There's a difference between hearing and written.
Oh, okay.
Because in Kali Yuga, our memories are rubbish, basically. He actually writes it down so that we're able to swat up. We can go back and review, revise. And then, you know, in the old days, you'd hear the shloka once, and you remember it. You hear things once or twice. They what we call shuti dharas. Shuti dhara. They could remember. In Kali Yuga, we have to have it in writing. Everything is in writing. So this Vyasadeva is a seat. It's a position like Brahma, Indra, Vayu, Varuna, the Saptarishi, you know, the Yamaraj. These are posts that are occupied by a different person. Now, the Vyasadeva of the Dvapara Yuga we've just passed, his name was Krishna Dvaipayana. And his father was who? Come on, check in.
Parashar, the Rishi Parashar.
Parashara Muni. Give her a rasgula. So Parashara Muni is her father. And in the Mahabharata, well, we start in the Mahabharata in a few weeks' time, actually. So, and Archana's got her copy there already. Who's got the copy of the Mahabharata? Oh, Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu, he's ahead of the game. We're going to all have to get, I'm going to have to get a Mahabharata as well. Who's the author of yours? Oh, Pragya, Purna Pragya Prabhu. Lovely. Yes, Purna Pragya. Very nice. Well, Parashara Muni was the father of Vyasadeva, of Krishna Dvaipayana. And to have a father who is, you know, Parashara Muni is famous for compiling the Jyoti Shastra. He's expert in the astrology. And he was a great friend of Parvat and Narad and Angira Muni. So a very special person, Parashara Muni. Okay, so Krishna consciousness means, you know, everything that's coming in my mind it's actually, if the Maya is there, that is Krishna. The Maya is also Krishna, because it said that Maya or darkness, Krishna Surya, Hoya Maya, Hoya Krishna Surya, Hoya Maya, Haya Andakar. Maya is compared to Andakar, darkness. Krishna Surya, Krishna is compared to what?
Sun.
The sun. Again, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Thank you for sharing that, Jai Prakash Prabhu, Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu. So, Krishna Surya, Hoya Maya Haya Andakar, Tahan Krishna Jahan Nahi, Mayaya Adhikar. So, Maya is actually the backside of God. Ignorance, Andakar, darkness, is God's backside. And Krishna consciousness is his front side. So either Maya is also Krishna for a devotee. There's nothing else but Krishna consciousness for a devotee of the Lord. Because even some, oh, I'm in Maya. Once Giriraj Swami. Do you know Giriraj Swami? Who's heard of Giriraj Swami? He was one of Prabhupada's early disciples that was sent to India. His father was a multi-millionaire. He's famous. His father met Prabhupada in India, in Mumbai, and he said, look, I would, Swamiji, thank you for, looking after my son, but I'd like to have him back now for the business. Gary, his name was Gary, or Jerry, sorry, Jerry. I'd like to have Jerry back, Giriraj. So he said, I'm prepared to give you anything, he said. So he said, here's a check. I'm putting the name on it. You put the figure. Archana, here's a check. I'm signing, you put the figure on it. What do you think, Jai? Oh, look, the accountant here. We're in trouble with an accountant. Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu, someone gives you a check, signs it, endorses it, puts your name, and then you put the figure. What do you think? Good idea?
Very good.
Very good idea. It's a brilliant idea. Thank you very much.
Providing the person has got that cash in his bank.
That's
or her
another,
bank.
no. This man was the genuine article. He could give easily $10 million. That was just pocket money. Multi-millionaire. So Prabhupada looked at him. He looked at Giriraj. He was a Das at the time. He wasn't a Swami then. He was a brahmachari. And Prabhupada said, well, Giriraj, it's up to you. What do you want to do? So he said, well, Prabhupada, I'd rather stay with you. So Prabhupada said, thank you very much for your offer, but please take the check back. So that's Giriraj Swami. He's written many books. And he said to Prabhupada once in Bombay, in Juhu, walking in Juhu, so he said, Prabhupada, sometimes I'm in Maya. I'm really in Maya sometimes. And Prabhupada stopped and he raised his eyebrows. Can we all do an eyebrow raise? Look. Come on, Gemma. There they go. Look, her glasses have gone up. Her glasses are steaming up. Gemma's glasses are steaming up. He's like this. He said, oh, only sometimes? Only sometimes you're in Maya? I'm very surprised. That's better than me. That's better than me. Prabhupada said, no, you've got the other way around. Prabhupada, he said, you should have said, Prabhupada, Swamiji, I'm always in Maya. Sometimes I'm in Krishna consciousness. So for a pure devotee, the difference between a Shuddha, liberated devotee and a regular devotee is that the pure devotee always thinks of Krishna, even if they're in Maya. Even if they're forgetting Krishna, or because it's impossible in this world to think of God all the time. It's impossible. And Maya will always attract us in different ways. That's just the way it is. So anyone who says, I'm always thinking of Krishna, this is called Bahut Bhakti Karne Wala Chor Hota Hai. Oti Bhakti Chore Lokhon in Bengali. Can we all say this together? Oti Bhakti.
Ati Bhakti.
Come on, Archana. Oti Bhakti.
Ati Bhakti.
Gemma. Oti Bhakti.
Ati Bhakti.
Okti. This is Bengali. Come on.
Oh,
Okti Bhakti.
Bhakti, bhakti.
Chore Lokhon.
Jore
Chore
Lokhon.
Lokhon.
Chore Lokhon.
Chore Lokhon.
Lokhon means Lakshana. Lakshana. But in Bengali, they don't say the S's. They don't say the V becomes a B. The A becomes an O. It's changed in Bengali. Oti Bhakti Chore Lokhon means too much devotion, too much bhakti is a sign of a cheetah. So anyone who's claiming, I'm always Krishna, I'm thinking of Krishna, I never think of Maya, cheat. What is he?
Cheat.
Beware of cheats.
So what is Maya? Like,
So, huh?
what is Maya exactly?
Maya is Krishna's energy that checks us from going back to Godhead because we're not ready. We don't want, we stay here. But those pure devotees, they see even Maya. They see Krishna in the Maya. This is explained in the 11th verse of the Ishopanishad, which Ritu will now recite.
Upanishad.
Vidyam cha vidyam.
Sorry, just 1 minute.
This in
What is it?
level 3 of the Slokaship course.
Yeah.
Vidyam cha.
Vidyam cha yastat vedobhyam saha
Vidyayamritam.
avidyaya mrityum
Titva.
tirtva vidya amritam ashnute.
Oh, give her a clap for that. And the meaning is, this is a cracker, this slok. This is why I teach these slokas. Go ahead.
One who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental side.
Transcendental knowledge side by side.
Side by side, transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death cycle and enjoy the eternal abode.
Huh?
Enjoy the eternal abode.
The blessings of immortality.
Oh, enjoy the full blessings of immortality.
Give her a clap for that one.
Oh, the meaning was not very good.
One who understands the process of knowledge, transcendental and nescience, ignorance, side by side. This is a pure devotee. They see even Maya, they see in Krishna. What do you think of that, Archana?
Sorry, can you repeat that? What is?
I said, what do you think of that?
Oh,
Can you write a short paragraph on it, please?
correct.
All right, there's the Mahabharata. Have a look, everyone, at the message now typed in by Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu. Here's the Mahabharata. I want everyone to order this book on Amazon or get the book somehow, because we'll be starting it in about, I'd say, 5 weeks, right around September time. Okay, and this is a very exciting book to read. It's full of
I
amazing.
can't see the message. Sorry, I can't see it.
Oh, you can't.
Book by who?
Who can't see it?
I can't see it.
Gemma? Can
The
you see
message,
it?
it's in the message.
It's on the chat.
I clicked on it.
Sorry. Have you got it? Oh, I
Mm,
can see it clearly here.
no, I can't.
He's even said Hare Krishna with it. Ritu's iPad to everyone. Hey Krishna. Well, hey Bol.
Oh, sorry,
Hey Bol. Smita, hey Bol.
Hare Krishna.
I'm having a bad head.
typo. I make terrible typos.
Oh, the things we do, isn't it? So there it is. That's a very nice photo he's taken there. He's done that quickly as well. All right, now I'm going to show it to you all. Ek minute. I'm going
Can't we
to,
find that on Vedabase?
yeah, he shared it with us, and I'm sharing it with you right now. Behold,
Mahabharata and authentic presentation.
yes, by the grace of Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu, we can see this together. So Mahabharat, an authentic presentation narrated by Purna Pragya Das, which is one of Prabhupada's very senior Sanskrit editors. There's a devotee called Kushakrat, another one of Prabhupada's editors that edited many of the books after Prabhupada had left as well, like the books of Kavi Karnapura and Bilvamangal Thakur, etc. These are Vaishnav books that are there for us to understand, like the Chaitanya Chandamrita by Kavi Karnapura, who is named, he sucked when he was a baby. This devotee Kavi Karnapura, he's got another name, it'll come to me in due course of time. He sucked Lord Chaitanya's toe. Who would like to be a baby and suck Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's big toe? Any takers? Smita, yes?
Yes.
Yes. No. Oh, I ate it. I swallowed it. So this is a very, very nice book here. Let's try and get it so that in September we can start reading Mahabharata. Is that okay, everyone?
Yeah.
This will be a very, very exciting read. I can guarantee it.
Yeah.
No, the music, well, not music, but the whole theme of it is extraordinary. You know, the Mahabharata, I tell you what the Mahabharata does. It's got the power to draw you back into that time. This is a special feature of Mahabharata. It's called the fifth Veda, Panch Veda. It's so powerful. It's specially written for people in Kali Yuga. So people who lose interest easily in philosophy, etc., and you know, people who are just not really tuned into Krishna consciousness. This is the book that, you know, you go to bed dreaming about this. Who would like to go to bed dreaming about Mahabharata? Who would like to wake up in the morning dreaming about Mahabharata?
Yeah.
This is the power. Prabhupada said when he was a young boy, he would go to hear someone do a katha in the next village. And he would hear Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. And at night they'd go walking back home, 2 miles, 3 miles walk. And at night they would dream about the stories they heard. This is the perfection of human life, Prabhupada said. Vishnu Smaranam. Okay, Archana, go ahead.
What chapter are we
No,
reading?
Ritu's next now. Sorry.
Which one?
86, chapter 86, kidnapping Subhadra. Lord Krishna visit to Srutadeva and Bahula.
Chapter 86. Just 1 minute, sorry. Yeah, which paragraph are we looking at?
We're talking about Krishna consciousness. That's what started this little session off here. We were talking about what Krishna consciousness is.
I think it's last 10th paragraph from the end.
10th paragraph from the end, yeah?
I think so.
Let's have a look.
This statement by Brahmana is very instructive.
All right, this statement by the Brahmana is very instructive. Brahman Shutadev, obviously. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, found it.
Yeah, 6. Go ahead then. Go ahead, Ritu.
Oh, me. This statement by Brahmana is very instructive. It is a fact that the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, in his Paramatma feature, enters the creation of this material world as Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu and Karnodakshai Vishnu. And in a very friendly attitude, the Lord sits along with the conditioned soul in the body. Therefore, every living entity has the Lord with him from the very beginning, but due to his mistaken consciousness of life, the living entity cannot understand this. When his consciousness, however, is changed into Krishna consciousness, he can immediately understand how Krishna is trying to assist the conditioned souls to get out of the material entanglement.
Jai Shri Krishna, Prabhu. Oh, wait a minute. Smita, have you read Smita?
No, I haven't read yet.
Go ahead.
Srutadeva continued, My dear Lord, you have entered this material world as if sleeping. A conditioned soul, while sleeping, creates false or temporary worlds in his mind. He becomes busy in many illusionary activities, sometimes becoming a king, sometimes being murdered, or sometimes going to an unknown city. And all these are simply temporary affairs. Similarly, your lordship apparently also in a sleeping condition enters this material world to create a temporary manifestation, not for your personal necessities, but for the conditioned souls who wants to imitate your lordships as enjoyer. The conditioned soul's enjoyment in this material world is temporary and illusionary. And yet the conditioned soul is by himself unable to create such a temporary situation for his illusionary enjoyment, to fulfill his desires. Although they are temporary and illusionary, you enter this temporary manifestation to help him. Thus, from the beginning of the conditioned souls entering into the material world, you are his constant companion. When therefore the conditioned soul comes in contact with a pure devotee and takes to devotional service, being with the process of hearing your transcendental pastimes, glorifying your transcendental activities, worshipping your internal form in the temple, offering prayers to you, and engaging in discussion to understand your transcendental position, he gradually becomes freed from the contamination of material existence. And as his heart becomes cleansed of all material dust, you gradually become visible there. Although you are constantly with the conditioned soul, only when he becomes purified by devotional service do you become revealed to him. Others who are bewildered by fruitive activities, either by Vedic injunction or by customary dealings, and who do not take to devotional service are captivated by the external happiness of the bodily concept of life. You are not revealed to such persons. Rather, you remain far, far away from them. For one who engages in your devotional service and purifies his heart by constant chanting of your holy name, you are easily understood as his eternal, constant companion.
Oh, that was a very nice chapter. Thank you very much. And fruitive activities. So others who are bewildered by fruitive activities. This is an interesting statement. Karma, those who are bewildered by karmic activities. So what does karma, acting as a karmi, mean? Who can tell me the mentality of a karmi? It's in 4 words. One of them is I. I'll give you a hint. George Harrison wrote a book with the same title. Smita?
I don't know what he wrote. I don't know, but I mean, karmic activities is always wanting to have this wanting to live without God in the center or without Krishna. You just want
Very
to
good, very good,
enjoy
very good,
yourself.
very good. She's right. What is the, I'll give you another word in there. One is I, the other one is me.
I, me, and mine.
Oh, give her a clap. Well done. The girl from Chorley did it. Yes. I, me, and mine. This is the consciousness of someone absorbed in fruitive activities. It's all about me. Everything is mine. And I think this and I think that. In my opinion, see, I, me, mine is all about me, ultimately. My family, yes? Oh, this is my family. These are my children. This is my house. This is me, I. This is all about me. Krishna consciousness? What's Krishna consciousness contrary to that? Go on, Smita.
It's all about Krishna.
It's all about Krishna. Everything is about you, Krishna. It's all about Krishna. Life, existence, everything. It's about Krishna. And the more we accept that and merge into that, we can merge, not into Brahman, but we can merge into constant acceptance that everything is about Krishna. That's our merging. Okay, last paragraph now. Let's go Jai Shri Krishna, Prabhu.
It is said that your lordship sitting in the heart of a devotee gives him direction by which he can very quickly come back home, back to you. This direct dictation by you reveals your existence within the heart of the devotee. Only a devotee can immediately appreciate your existence within his heart. Whereas for a person who has only a bodily concept of life and is engaged in sense gratification, you always remain covered by the curtain of Yogamaya. Such a person cannot realize that you are very near, sitting within his heart. For a non-devotee, you are appreciated only as ultimate death. The difference is like the difference between a cat's carrying the kittens in its mouth and carrying a rat in its mouth. In the mouth of a cat, the rat feels its death, whereas a kitten in the mouth of a cat feels motherly affection. Similarly, you are present to everyone, but the non-devotee feels you are as ultimate cruel death, whereas for a devotee, you are the supreme instructor and philosopher. The atheist, therefore, understands the presence of God as death, but the devotee understands the presence of God always within his heart, takes dictation from you, and lives transcendently unaffected by the contamination of the material world.
Very nice. And Prabhupada used to take dictation from Krishna. When he was translating his books, he would have a dictaphone. Who's seen Prabhupada at Bhaktivedanta Manor in his room with him holding the dictaphone? Who's gone upstairs?
Yeah,
Yes, and
yeah.
he's there like this. I used to take that out and put it in every night when I was doing putting the deities to rest at the manor. I'd say, Prabhupada, I'm taking your dictaphone out now. Good night, and put the chadar around him. And Prabhupada was taking dictation. He was being dictated to by the Lord in the heart. He never considered his books his books. He never considered the philosophy he was speaking, his philosophy. He had so many other books available with him, written by Nilambara Chakravarti, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and Sridhar Swami, Baladev Vidyabhushana. He had a stock of books that were his, what we call reference books, and he would go to those and build a purport on these references. He never considered this his philosophy. Therefore, Prabhupada has at the bottom of the book, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He didn't put author. He put A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna, meaning founder Acharya means that he is receiving this knowledge from the Parampara system. That is what a founder Acharya is. Who can tell me another founder Acharya of another institution in India? One of them has tilak with one red line in the middle. Don't say
Oh,
Swami,
Ryan. Starts with an M.
Mm,
Mouth Acharya. I'm thinking of
Srinath,
I'm thinking of Ramanuja.
or Ramanuja.
So Ramanujacharya is one of the four Chatura Sampradaya, empowered preachers in the Sampradaya. And he represents Sri, or the Lakshmi Sampradaya. The one you're thinking of, Gemma, is Madhvacharya. And we are in the line of Madhva ourselves. So these are called founder acharyas. They founded the mat. They founded, another founder acharya is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. He founded the Gaudiya Math. And these different branches of the different sampradayas, they're like branches of a tree. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada says that just like these other organizations, they are branches of their tree, of their sampradaya. Similarly, ISKCON is a branch of the Chaitanya tree. So Prabhupada is the founder acharya of this branch.
So where is the reference for the four sampradayas? Where can I find that?
Oh, just put in four sampradayas. There are many upper sampradayas, which are imposter sampradayas. And you have, these swamis and gurus spouting off a lot of speculation. There's no potency there. They bewilder people with their Sanskrit and their knowledge, but it's actually avidya. It's not pure transcendental knowledge. You have to be in one of these four sampradayas. You can look into that. I haven't got the reference for you right now. Well, I have to say a goodbye from my mum, who's very happily fallen asleep.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And we will conclude this next week. We did go into a digressed, but it was a. Do you think the digression was important, Archana? That we're discussing how Krishna is back and Maya. What is Maya? And we had the Pandit of Swindon here, Ritu, giving us a nice shlokas. And Gemma's showing her that she's reading Prabhupada's books. Does she come up with some really good answers there? Let's give Gemma a clap for that. Hooray for Gemma! Gemma!
Hare Krishna.
Gemma! Gemma! We're all clapping here. Gemma! Gemma! Okay, so take care and we'll see you next week.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna, everyone. Bye.
Tell Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu, tell your mama I'm dreaming about her prasadam.
You're welcome anytime.
We're hankering after those bakeries.
Come, Prabhuji, anytime. I'm waiting.
And tell Gemma, we're mouth watering over your beans on toast.
I'm a better cook than that.
I know. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Haribo.